Hello, this is Otis Call, your personal branding coach. And in this video session, I'm going to show you how to effectively use LinkedIn to find job opportunities. And in particularly, we're going to be looking for job opportunities that may not even be posted yet. This will probably be a 2 or 3 part video series. So hold on to your hat, because this is going to be something that you've never seen before. And it's going to be some strategies that most people are not using on LinkedIn. So let's jump right into it. I'm on my LinkedIn profile, and the first thing that you need to make sure that you do before you do anything is have a very complete profile. And what that means is, everything from your photo in your profile, your contact settings at the very top. If you haven't seen that, I've got a video that shows you how to get your contact settings up here and why it's important to put your email address and even your phone number in the contact settings so that recruiters can actually find you and not have to search all over the place for your email address, your summary, and then your experience. And as I scroll down, you'll see that my experience is basically a Photoshop copy of my resume. So it's an exact replica of my resume, and that's how your LinkedIn profile should be. Bullet points with lots of keywords. Below that, you'll find that I have my recommendations. And so this is a very complete profile. So before you do anything, make sure that your profile is complete. Now, as I scroll back up towards the top and I go to my home page, the way that LinkedIn works is it's all about your connections. It's all about your network. How many people are you connected to, and then who are they connected to? So LinkedIn has a 3-degree network ability. So I can see people who are connected to me within 3 degrees. It allows me to have access to all of these people. Now, the average person on LinkedIn has probably somewhere between 100 to 150 connections. What you will notice here on my LinkedIn profile is I have 8,500 direct connections on LinkedIn. 8,500 direct connections on LinkedIn, and that gives me access to over 18 million people on LinkedIn. Now, the average person is not going to have this number of connections, nowhere near this number of connections. I am an anomaly. I started on LinkedIn almost when LinkedIn first came out. I've been a recruiter. I've been a public speaker. And so I get in front of a lot of people and was able to grow my connection pretty fast and rapidly in the early days on LinkedIn. But the average person is only going to have 100 to 200 connections on LinkedIn. So your ability to reach out to the people who are in your network is going to be limited because you just don't have enough people that you're connected to. So I'm going to show you how to find other people that you're connected to so that you can send emails to them directly. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to go up towards the top of our profile and we need to click on groups. I'm going to click on groups. Now, if you're not familiar with groups basically are created on LinkedIn for people to have different types of discussions and different things that are going on based on your industry background. And so when you join groups, if you are in the same group with someone, but you're not directly connected to them, because you're in the same group, LinkedIn allows you to send a direct email to them. So this allows you to bypass that connectivity. So if you're not like me, a heavy networker and connected to lots of people, the way that you still can connect with people directly and send them emails is by joining groups that they belong to. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to take a look at groups. And if we go over here to the right hand side, my background is recruiting. So I'm going to type in recruiting and I'm just going to do a search. And under recruiting, there's about 2,400 groups here under recruiting. And so I know that the people who are just like me are going to belong to these different groups. Now, one of the things that you want to pay attention to is you want to pay attention to how many members does this group have. So, for example, this group has 111,000 members. That's a lot of people. And those people will allow this, joining a group of this size will give you a lot of visibility and give you a lot of people that you'll be able to contact, as you will see in the later video. So what I want you to do is I want you to join groups. You want to join groups that are at least 1,000 members or greater. In this case, this one is a really good one to join, and I'm going to join this group. Now, there's a couple of things that I need to let you know. LinkedIn only allows you to join 10 groups at a time, and the maximum number of groups that you can belong to is 50. So it's going to take you maybe a week to get to 50 groups, but I want you to have 50 groups that you've joined. So the way that you do this is you click on Join Group, and then it's going to ask you a couple of things. Do you want to display the group logo on your profile? Well, because we're going to be joining 50 groups, we're not going to want to display those logos on our profile, because that'll just get cluttered. So I'm going to take this off. My contact email is here. It says send me an email for each new discussion. You don't want that. You don't want that. Send me a digest of all activity in this group. You may or may not want that, just depending on the frequency of the activity. I'm definitely not going to opt for it to come to my email box daily. So I'm going to hit the drop down box and get a weekly digest. It says send me group announcements. I don't want group announcements, so I'm going to uncheck that. And then it says allow members of this group to send me messages. You definitely want to keep that checked. So we're going to go ahead and click on Join Group. Okay, now that we've joined that group, you'll see that here it says that my status is pending approval. So I've got to wait for the group manager to approve me before I actually have access to that group. Now, what you'll do is you'll go through today and sign up or join 10 groups. And what's going to happen is you're just going to have to wait until you're given approval for that group. Now, remember, you can only have 10 groups at a time that are in this particular status, pending approval. So if you've got 10, and sometimes if the group manager just doesn't get around to you, or hasn't connected with you, you may want to come back and click withdraw request so that you can add other groups. You definitely want to make sure that you get 50 groups here. The other thing is that if the group manager denies you, you can always send a message and encourage them that, you do want to join this group for whatever particular reason. So, they may look at my profile and say, well, Otis, you're not a recruiter, which I am, but they may say you're not a recruiter. And you may come back and say, yes, I'm not a recruiter, but I am transitioning into recruiting, and I wanted to be a part of your group and really learn more about your group. So if there's a group that you get denied, you can always send a message to the group manager and sort of beg to ask them to approve your group membership. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go and set up 10 groups at a time, and our goal is to get a maximum of 50 groups. You'll see that I belong to 39 groups right now. So one of the other things that I'm going to do, because I'm going to show you some other things, I'm working with a client right now, and his background is cloud computing, VMware. He has been a solutions architect. So I'm going to type in solutions architect and just do a search to see what comes up. And from that, there's about 15 groups that have the word solutions architect in their description, in their group description. Now, does he want to join all of these? Maybe, maybe not. Just depends. We can see here, professional solutions architect. There's about 237 members there. Not a lot of members, but we're very, very specific here. So this still may be a group that you want to join, because these are very, very specific people in this particular group. I would more so take a look at the Siebel Oracle CRM experts, because they have over 59 or 5,500 members there. So we want to join the larger groups if we possibly can. And maybe the title is wrong. Maybe we want to search on cloud computing and see what we have there. So when we search on cloud computing, we have telecom professionals. That's not really what I'm looking for. Those in media, boom, here's one, cloud computing, and that has 42,000 members in it. Here's one below that, cloud computing VMware, 34,000 members. Here we have storage professionals with 15,000 members. These are the types of groups that you want to belong to. So over the next couple of days, I want you to go out, find the appropriate groups, make sure they have a large number of members inside of the groups, join those groups, and get up to 50 groups on your profile. Okay, so this is Otis Collier signing off. In the next video, I'm going to show you what to do once you've signed up for these groups.